Hello and welcome back to the Chronicles of a Gooner, the Arsenal podcast, brought to you by the last man standing with loserpool.com. As ever, I'm your host, Harry Symeou. Just a quick video for you this evening in reaction to Unai Emery's press conference today. Understandably, the biggest talking point was the Granit Xhaka situation. The opening of the press conference was dominated by those questions, and Unai Emery told the press that Granit Xhaka is devastated by what happened on Sunday. He's returned to training today, but he will take no part in the game up at Anfield tomorrow night. So Granit Xhaka is going to be kept out of the firing line for a little while. I'm sure we all expected that. Still no sign of an apology though. Unai Emery said that he believed that Granit Xhaka should have apologised and that the club did try to talk to him on Sunday evening after everything happened, and there's still been no apology, which to me is not that big of a deal, because I'd rather he didn't apologise than he was forced to apologise, because that would carry no meaning anyway, and after all, what's the point? I've made my feelings on the subject known. I don't condone what Granit Xhaka did. I thought his actions were out of order, but equally the fans' treatment of him has been out of order for a long time now, and it would be naive to think that what happened on Sunday was a consequence of just what happened in that game. It's something that's been brewing for months and months now, and eventually Granit Xhaka exploded, as most people would. So for me, it's an unfortunate situation. It's not ideal. Emery's in a bit of a pickle now, which I'll come on to in a minute, but you know, is there a way back for Granit Xhaka? In my opinion, there is, if fans are just mature about it and understand what pushed Granit Xhaka to that point, and just get on with things. But we know that the Arsenal fan base is very reactionary, very volatile, and I'll be surprised if he's ever able to live that down, which is unfortunate. It really is. Unai Emery was also asked about whether Granit Xhaka would continue as the club's captain, and in true Unai Emery fashion, he dodged the question. He didn't give an answer. He started talking about something else. He went on to say, we're not thinking about that at the moment. At this moment, we're just trying to make sure that he is okay, etc, etc. It was the biggest cop-out, and I've accused Unai Emery of being a cop-out loads lately, and this was another one to add to the list. So I understand that maybe he didn't want to reveal what was going to happen going forward here, but he could have said, at this moment in time, we've not changed our mind on who the captain is. You know, if you change your mind further down the line, having picked up the pieces after this massive explosion of emotion and anger, then I think people would understand that. But he's just dodged the question, which doesn't give any clarity. And in many ways, I think that Unai Emery's indecision in this whole captaincy issue has been as bad as making the wrong decision, because to not name the captain and to pass the buck on to the players, for me, was a man desperate to get the players on his side, desperate to get the dressing room on his side. He put it in their hands, and unfortunately they picked someone who may be very popular in the dressing room, very popular on the training ground, but amongst the supporters, he hasn't been popular for a long time. And by being the captain, you were almost putting a target on his back, gearing him up for more abuse. That abuse has got to him. He's finally cracked, and then you see what you saw on Sunday. So I guess the point I'm trying to make was, Emery, in pushing the decision onto the players, has done a worse thing than maybe making the wrong decision. And what I mean by that is the indecision, the uncertainty that it breeds. It's resulted in all of this now. So I think Unai Emery is ultimately to blame for what happened on Sunday, and not directly, not that he was giving Xhaka abuse or anything like that, but his actions and his passiveness in regards to the captaincy has caused this. So that's a real problem for me. What else have we got here? I made some notes so I don't forget. Catch-22. I think Unai Emery's in the catch-22 now, because, like I said, I feel like he gave the decision to the players in an attempt to get them to buy into what he's doing, to earn their respect. And now he's in a tricky situation. And not that he could have foreseen what happened on Sunday completely, but now he's in a position where he either undermines the decision that his his players have made by stripping Granit Xhaka of the captaincy, or he shows weakness in the eyes of the supporters if he lets Granit Xhaka continue with the armband. So this is a situation entirely of his own making. His indecision from the off has put him in this position, and now it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds and how Unai Emery is going to deal with it. In other news, Mesut Özil has been selected to take part in the game against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup at Anfield on Wednesday night. He is in the squad, which I find really strange because he's been ostracised for weeks. It was as recently as Sunday that Unai Emery told us that the club were backing his decision to keep Mesut Özil out of the picture. And then on Wednesday, he's going to feature in the squad in the Carabao Cup. And a few of us were talking about this at the Emirates on Sunday, and it feels as though Unai Emery is going to throw Mesut Özil in at some point, in the hope probably that he doesn't perform, so that he can then turn around and say, look, I told you so. And the fans that don't want him can do the same. The problem is the circumstances are not right. I mean, how can you expect Mesut Özil to come into what's no doubt going to be an understrength Arsenal side at Anfield, as if that's not a difficult enough place to go as it is, completely lacking in match fitness because he hasn't played for God knows how long? He's set up to fail. I mean, I'd love to see Mesut Özil go on the field and dictate the game and put in a really good performance. But the situation has been set up for him to completely fail, and I don't see what Emery's trying to do here. Is it a game? Is it a way of trying to deflect the attention off of him and back onto Mesut Özil? Because he has kind of made him into a bit of a hero by leaving him out. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see, again, how this one develops. But for me, he's been set up to fail, and I don't expect Mesut Özil to go to Anfield and dictate the game, just like I don't expect any Arsenal player at the moment to go up there and do that. So, yeah, strange decision, baffling decision. He spoke about a conversation that he had with Mesut Özil this morning around the fact that his opinion of him hasn't changed since the beginning of the season. But 2 weeks ago, he told us he'd improved in training, and then he said it again. And then he said that he'd got the backing of the club in leaving him out. And then today again, he said his training's improved. It's just mixed messages, and that lack of decent communication just breeds controversy and breeds doubt, and therefore you get people writing all sorts of stories. So, yeah, not his greatest press conference, Unai Emery. Not that any of them are particularly good, but you know, I come out of that one again with more questions, and that's the problem. The communication between him and the fans is so bad that it's affecting the relationship, and you fear that at this point it's only going to go one way. Thanks for tuning into this quick video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Please share it with your friends as well, and let us know your thoughts on the topics discussed in the comments. We'll be back very soon with more Arsenal related content. Until then, take care.